Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to our all Mavi Global community. We will start this call, our second call for our business partner named FinUp. Today we have an amazing news, we have an amazing guest, and even more important, Mr. Mustafa, the gentleman who is responsible for business development to bringing new products inside of the FinUp platform. And more than that, you will find out on today's call. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to start this call with an amazing news. Even more important news that the previous week, and this information is, ladies and gentlemen, all the markets for the past 7 days, they are mostly in red. But once again, with the FinUp, with our, trading partner, business partner, everything works so easy, everything works so smoothly, and the individuals, thousands and thousands of people, millions of dollars of AUM are enjoying the profit week by week. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on today's call, our special guest who will give us all the insights. But before we will come to this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite on the call Mr. Mustafa Kalik. Once again, business development gentleman with a lot of knowledge and even more important, great friend. We know each other for a few months now, but we established an amazing communication. Mustafa, today, welcome with us.
Thank you for having me for a second week in a row. It's a pleasure to be here.
Mustafa, our previous week's call was very, very successful. Even more important, we get hundreds of messages from the entire team from all around the globe. How good it was. Can we do it sometimes a little bit later or a little bit sooner, because we are covering multiple countries, multiple continents. The feedback was just amazing. Mustafa, for our second call, let's start at the beginning. Even more important, what is your position inside of the Signally, and what everyone on a weekly call can expect from your side?
Perfect. So a little bit about me. I lead B2B and growth at Signally. So it's in my best interest, to make sure you guys are having the best of the best. A little history about Signally. Signally started back in 2018. What it was a trading signals generating platform. Then we realized, the real opportunity was much bigger than that, and that's when we evolved into a full-fledged profit-sharing platform. That means anyone, anywhere can invest alongside experts, and that's exactly what FinUp is doing. Our scale today, what we're doing, we've grown into one of the biggest platforms, over 600,000 unique partnerships, more than 150 AUM, 100 plus wealth managers, and that's essentially what we do. We're fully licensed by the FCA in South Africa, and that way trust and compliance is there.
Mustafa, one thing is very, very important. Everyone wants to know, why did you join Signal in general? Where did you meet them for the first time? And how with Mr. Abdul you came together? How everything started?
So I've known Mr. Abdul, which is one of the co-founders of Signally, for quite some time now. I was working elsewhere, still in the Web3 field. I was more in the field of building strategies. And funny enough, we came across Signally and I saw what they were doing. And we were doing business together through other companies, so getting companies the infrastructure that Signally had, and also offering the strategies that I was at that time working. Did that for a few years, and then I realized that maybe I think it's in my best interest and everyone's best interest to join Signally, because I know their business inside out, their systems inside out, and for them it was a no-brainer too. So I had built a personal relationship with them, and it's always fun conquering people's dreams that you have a personal relationship with. So here I
am. Ladies and gentlemen, that you are on today's call, when we are speaking about the Signally, the company who is providing us the infrastructure, to our community, to our partner FinUp. We are speaking about the company that it is directly connected to the Binance, to the biggest exchange on the planet. And if you go on Google and if you write Binance link or Binance and Zignally, you will find out on the website as such. Zignally is the biggest Binance link provider with by far the biggest AUM. If you are here for the first time, you don't need to worry if you don't understand everything, but AUM stands for assets under management. How much money is deposited through different kind of channels. That's why we believe that FinUp partner up with the right company. If we speak about the Zignally, they are on the market for the several years. It's even more important what kind of, how I can say, things are going to be implemented. Do we have the first option? Can we announce what is coming in the next 30 days inside of the FinUp platform?
Of course. I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys. So, nowadays RWA is the main, you can say, flavor of the month. Crypto is always like that. It's the narratives are changing, but something that's stuck for a long time is RWA. So RWA could be anything that is the real world and you bring it into the blockchain, right? So what we've been working hard on is we launched our own layer 1 blockchain and we wanted to bring RWA on chain. So soon you guys, and it will be, you guys will have it first, will be tokenized gold, tokenized real estate, tokenized whatever you can think, stocks, tokenized private shares. Already what's going live, I just listed a whole bunch of things, but what I want to tell you guys is what's going live soon, or what's coming very soon to you guys, is the tokenized gold. Also, there will be a yield-bearing stablecoin strategy that will be coming exclusive for you. Domin, excuse me, I don't know if I was supposed to give out that information for your community, but I took it upon myself to do it.
You did the right thing. Can you explain briefly what does this mean for everyone who can access the FinUp platform when we are speaking about the yield? When people will have a deposit. Can you please expand a little bit more? I just need to remind you, we are translating in multiple languages. That's why please go slow. Otherwise, after the call, they will call me and they will say, Gustavo, we told you, you need to tell him that he needs to go slow. Go step by step. What kind of added feature is coming in the next 30 days?
Okay, perfect. So before I get into the yield-bearing stablecoin, I also want to say that we are going to have also the top 7 tech stocks all bundled together. So it will be called the Magnificent 7. So that way you guys have not only exposure to crypto, but also stocks, because they go hand in hand. And when the markets are risk on, both rally. So not only do you have those lovely crypto strategies, but also exposure to stocks that will be coming very soon to FinUp. Anyway, so this is in the next 30 to 60 days, and then as time progresses, we will get into the tokenized real estate, the private equity, private credit, and much more. So now let me go back one step. Let me go into the yield-bearing stablecoin strategy. Basically, it's going to be a stablecoin where I know crypto strategies can give you, sometimes insane returns, something like 50 to 100%, even sometimes more a year. With this, that's not going to be the case. The current APY on that is around 10%, and the expected is to grow when there's more AUM is around 15%. What is this doing? It's doing arbitrage on funding rates, arbitrage on spot and futures difference in prices, and it's automatically doing that. So you guys put your money there, and what's nice is you never see a drawdown. So you can have, you can be diversified, and I always say never put all your eggs in one basket. You can have some money on FinUp platform, some into the crypto trading strategies, and then some earning you a stable yield. That way your curve will always be a steady growth rather than, up, down, up, down. So in a nutshell, you will earn steady returns, nothing too crazy, but what's nice is your money is never going to have a drawdown. You're always going to be earning. Yes, it's going to be slow returns, but always remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. When it comes to capital preservation is key. So earning money from all different aspects is the way to go.
Mustafa, can we promise that yearly, that kind of fields, that kind of returns, and that kind of new added feature, is it possible to integrate inside of the FinUp platform within 30 days? It's August 20. So on, let's say, September 20, is it possible that this added feature is going to be added inside of the platform as such?
100%, because I think from our side it's ready, and I've done work with FinUp, and you guys are always on top of it. So I think 100% we can get, if we start working on it right after this call, we can get it for your community out there in less than 30 days.
Amazing, Mustafa. Once again, thank you very much for today. Next week, the priority, we will go over the platform, how to log in, how to make a deposit, how to make a withdrawal, how to relocate your funds, and a lot of other informations we will provide on the next week call. Mustafa, once again, thank you very much for joining this call. Ladies and gentlemen,
is mine.
Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not finished. If on one side there is an option to earn up to 10%, on the other side of my screen, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha and Omega, some of them, they call him Steve Jobs of trading. I call him Mr. Sven. Once again, Sven, thank you very much for noticing me a few minutes before the call. I feel so excited, and I was very, very happy that Sven, the entire market is tanking, but your AI sophisticated trading strategy is not. Once again, thank you very much for joining, and how are you?
Good. I mean, actually, I'm not so happy how we performed last couple of days. We had like some kind of drawdown over the weekend, but this is not to market condition. It's because actually we had like last couple of days quite some manipulation on the market, and this is sometimes unfavorable for algorithms. But it's of course you can catch these, you can try to catch these manipulations, but statistically. How we trade is still the best result. So, but nevertheless, we are looking for like a couple of improvements to improve the profits even further and make the equity curve more flat. Because currently equity curve goes up, down, right? And we have quite some range between the up and down. And this can look quite scary, even if it's normal. If I think I sent you the chart, you see it's like quite normal in the range. But it's due that our strategy, so our portfolio is a combination of several strategies, and we only optimated the data on closed positions. So now we optimizing the data on all strategies together. So this means that we find additional exit points for situations where the whole market is correlated, and let's say 90% of the strategies have a huge profit, and independently they would not close, but in this kind of situation we close. And then secondly, we're going to release some additional algorithms probably next week or the week after. That's so-called regression strategies, so more like strategies which perform more on such, let's say, flat market with like with a huge range. And I think this will also improve further like our performance. And maybe one more update, what we already discussed, and also briefly mentioned last call. Next week, they will join one of my team members. His name is Doyan. He's originally from Korea. He studied in New York and in Germany, business and computer science. He working in crypto trading for quite some years. He working for me for quite some years, and I think he will be a very good representative. And he will go with you guys in more deep into the algorithms and the data, what we have, and like what you have to expect. So you will be then able to learn more deep what we're going to trade. And I myself will come time to time also to the calls, but he's going to lead like the whole Binance operation for our team and going in more detail with you guys. And he's looking quite handsome, so I think you'll be happy.
This is for our all the girls, all the leaders, and all the investors from all around the globe. For more gentle part, Sven. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone who just joined this call recently, Mr. Sven is the gentleman managing Binance Core and Delta Max, the trading strategies that for the last 8 weeks, they are making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of profit for all of our clients. Sven, what you are expecting from the markets based on the sentiment, based on the macro analysis, based on the entire picture? How do you see the markets? Do you expect any kind of adjustments inside of it?
Yeah, so first of all, last week's market have been rather bad for us. This is due to, you saw we had like kind of quite some flat market, so we stayed like around with Bitcoin around 120 and like all the altcoins a bit like in this direction. But the problem is we had like some spikes up and down, and in algorithmic trading this can be sometimes a problem because we use a method called trailing stop. So when we have a trade and this trade is in profit, we set the take profit in a certain range, right? And this range depends on the previous range of the asset in the last days. So if there happen some spikes, we're not going so fast up with the trailing stop, so you cannot always take them so good. So that's a bit like of an issue. How I see the market, so currently we have a healthy correction, so I wouldn't worry about the crypto market too much. Even like Ethereum could go to on a healthy correction to like 3,500 or something. That's also where I would like enter and buy some more Ether because it's a quite good entry point. And after this correction, so this correction set kind of the technical foundation for like growth till almost end of the year. It depends. So they can come like a bigger crash by the end of the year, depending more on the economy. But you can never say. But I don't think that. So I wrote on X that some people worried that this was already the peak and the all-time high. But I don't think so. I think Bitcoin has a good chance to have an all-time high this year in 130 and 140 range. 130k, 140 range, and also I think Ethereum will make another all-time high, right? So actually, like this dip is quite good situation. Maybe we saw already the low yesterday, so I have to see how it goes the next 1-2 days.
Sven, you mentioned that the last week was quite bumpy. Yeah, up and down and up and down. Before this call, I checked our let's say the biggest gainers in the last 9 weeks. 17.5 and with Binance Core and 15% on Delta Max. So maybe from your perspective, it was quite bumpy, but once again, I'm getting on a daily, how I can say, in my mailbox messages, it's good, I did a deposit, it's doing great, and I just replied, and it is just the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, it's depend when you do the deposit, right? So, but at the end, what is for us important is long-term good growth on a acceptable risk, right? So, and of course, for example, if you actually right now would be good time to enter because statistically, from our strategies, we should have like a leg up a couple percent in the next 2 weeks. But if you enter like in a let's say in a leg down, and then you go in there, then you of course in a profit. When you start from the beginning, you're in a good profit. When you start maybe somewhere between, it's always depend, right? So the problem is not that we make profits. The problem is we make 10% profit, 5% down, 10% profit, 5% down. And what we trying to improve is that we have more constant profits with less like a range of 5 to 10%, rather like a 2-3%, but with the same results. So we're trying to make this so-called equity curve, right? So the profit's the equity curve, right? How your equity goes up. So we want to make this more flat. This makes also more predictable and less like what you call bumpy. But yeah, I think we're performing good even in this market, but we can do better, and this is like our job, right? So we need to make sure that everything goes better. And the good thing is we have like a couple of months work just to improve the existing trading engine and increase the profits even and reduce the drawdown. So we have like a lot of work to do and a lot of things what we can do to improve. And long term, this will even improve the results in terms of equity, volatility, and as well profits and drawdowns.
Sven, I think you are not doing good. I think you are doing amazing, and our community is more than grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, if you agree that the Binance Core and Delta Max, I can easily say they are outperforming the market. Here in the Zoom, you see the raised hand. Let's appreciate all the amazing job that the Swim and the team is doing. Even more important, for the end, Sven, let's point out what will happen with all these trading strategies when everything will start to collapse. How much adjustments you need to put inside of all this AI self-learning system?
Yeah, so actually no adjustments for this, right? So for us, it's the best if we have like a big move and even like a big and long move. It doesn't matter in which direction. So on our trades, we have like two principles, right? So for example, we have a strategy which go in certain condition long and certain condition short. But when we do a trade, there's always like a stop loss, right? So we set already the limit order into the order book. And when, let's say, we go like long, right, and the price goes down, we close automatically the position, because if the price goes down, it's need to go through our order, right? So this means with every trade, we limit the risk. So even if we are in trades or all our capital is assigning in trades and the market crashes to like 50%, it's not matter. At the same time, the algorithm will catch like such kind of a down move and set like new positions and move with them a trailing stop. So if the market crashes, right, like 20-30%, the algos historically perform very, very, very well. So what is for us actually the worst position is if the market goes like flat, up, down within like a day, down, up, this is like kind of the worst. If it's go flat, it's fine. If it's go up, it's fine. So, but on this problem we work. But even that is not so much a problem. It's just a question of statistic, right? So overall, in all markets, we earn money. It's more a question about do we earn much or do we earn less? So I wouldn't worry about if the market crashes. So for us, it's not matter in which direction goes the market. So as you also know, the collateral is in USDT, right? So all of you who deposit, you trade in USDT. So this means we open positions, for example, in Ethereum or Solana, right? You can see the positions, but you have like the position will be automatically closed if there's too much volatility on the asset in the wrong direction. So you have no exposure on this, you have no risk exposure on this other than the trades. And the trades have a limited risk per trade. So it's not so much of a problem.
Sven, what I can say, thank you very much for joining today's call. Even if from the phone, I believe that our community is more than grateful for all the insights, and we promise them that either you or Mr. Dorian will share with us way more on a weekly calls. We can also point out, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of calls are just the beginning. We are preparing even more, but until then, we will keep you informed. Sven, final thought for the upcoming week?
Like if I know exactly, we all, including all in this listeners who have assets, would be billionaire next week. So that's the thing about trading, right? You and not 100% know. So what we do is like working with statistics, but like they're like from technical analysis and macroeconomic analysis, they're like two scenarios. One is that we continue the correction what we have, so it's like not like a bear market, it's a correction in a bull market, or we saw already the lowest point and it should start to move in direction of all-time high with all assets.
Sven, once again, thank you very much for joining this call. We really appreciate it. What I can say, wish you successful trading. My dear community, once again, second week, second call, 2 guests, a lot of information. And in the end of the day, if you are positioned inside of the FinUp new trading profits, Sven, Mustafa, what I can say, thank you very much for joining. We invite already everyone on the next week call where we will go way more details with the FinUp platform. What I can say, thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a good night.